Hello and welcome to this last video in our series on the Louvre Aulos and the scales which we play upon it. And we're going to look today at the last scale on Tosca Lynch's chart. The diatonic version of this mode that I will illustrate in this video was common in Imperial Greek music, as opposed to the enharmonic chromatic version that was typical of classical music. The label Dorian mode, Imperial version, used in the diagram indicates that the Dorian mode described by Aristides Quintilianus is set in the Hypolydian key, in keeping with the evidence provided by Ptolemy, Porphyry and the Canon diagram. The connection between the Hypolydian key and the Dorian mode is far too complex for me to go into in this video, so I have put a link to a paper called The Lydian Metamorphosis, written by Tosca Lynch, in the description for those who are interested to go and investigate a little more further. The Dorian mode is quite different than the others on this chart, the main difference being that it requires two half holes. The messe on this scale is the E, and we need to half hole the G and the C natural. Now, in order to half hole the C natural, we're going to half hole the ring finger on the right hand, on the low pipe. Unless, of course, you play with the instruments the other way around, which is actually more historical than what I'm doing. So, yeah, the C natural is played by half holing this finger here, and the G natural is half holed by half holing the middle finger on the high pipe. And you might notice something very interesting about that note that you operate with your middle finger on the high pipe, that it's kind of neutrally tuned. The instrument kind of always wants to play that note sort of in between a G natural and a G sharp, as you can hear here. That's its natural position. So it's your job as a player to lip that up to either a G sharp in some of the modes, or relax and add a bit of finger to bring it down to a G natural. So you can either play or you can play. So now, in order to demonstrate the scale, we need to split the scale up again on both hands. So for this scale, we can play up from the A, the lowest note in the scale, to the F sharp on the low pipe, and we can play from the D to the high B on the high pipe. So you'll notice with this scale we have three notes in common. We have the D, the E and the F sharp, which we can play on both pipes. It gives us a lot of flexibility, and we can preset the bottom hole to other notes, the B, the A and the D on the high pipe. But for this demonstration I'm going to just keep both pipes completely open and not cover any of the lower holes. And I'm going to drone on the E. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this series on the Louvre Aulos and the modes that you play upon it. I'd like to thank Tosca very much for this paper. It's really transformed my playing over the last year. For me, these scales work really nicely on the Louvre Aulos, and I hope in the next few years to continue exploring them and writing new compositions for them. So thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.